everyone, welcome to Simplicity TV. I am Jenn Pike, your host, the founder of the Simplicity Project and the Hormone Project. I am joined back again today with my friend Linda Murphy, co-owner of Clarity Med Spa. This set is a little different than you've seen before. I'm wearing something a little different than I would normally wear.
Shorts.
I'm wearing shorts, and I have got a large amount of oil on my legs because we are going to be demonstrating to you how you can take all of the science, technology, and benefits of this home cupping kit and actually do it for yourself and put it into practice.
Yeah.
So we're going to work through the legs, so the quads, the IT bands, inner thighs, some of those areas that hold on to some extra, toxicity, cellulite, and fat.
Yes.
And then we're going to also show doing some movement in through the traps and the low back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, speaking of toxicity, tight IT bands, fascial adhesions, this is a great practice for people that work out a lot and even people that don't work out a lot. And it's interesting, people that work out a lot can have tight IT bands. People that work out a lot create a lot of toxins as well. So sometimes you think, oh, my IT bands are fine, but because of the lactic acid, especially for people that work out a lot, if they want to shorten their recovery time, if I stimulate the lymph system, we're moving junk out quicker.
You are speeding the process of getting up and out. Yeah.
So you can get back to your workout, and sometimes you can just get back to your mobility without pain.
Yeah, exactly.
So we have here different cups. These ones are blue, some are clear, some are big, some are small, some have an edge, some are dome-shaped. But these are cups that you can use at home. They're made of food-grade silicone, no BPAs, no phthalates, no latex. Health Canada, FDA-approved medical-grade silicone.
Wow.
And food-grade silicone. So it's an American product. In the States, they go with, the standard is it's food-grade silicone because in some states you have to work at different approvals to get medical grade. But this is food-grade silicone. Don't eat it. Okay? So
Don't
make muffins in it.
This is not a snack.
Yeah, but I think you could make muffins in it. So what you're going to do is you have this little squish and release that you can work with at home. It's easy. Just squish like this, and you squish to apply the cup, and you release, and the cup is attached. And then you start gliding. And all you're doing is you're moving up, down, all around, zigzag.
And you want to have a good amount of oil, coconut oil, jojoba, body oil, whatever it may be, because that is going to prevent the roughness or that pinchy feeling, that hurt. Like this doesn't pinch or hurt at all.
And it's about creating the glide.
Yeah.
So what we've done here is we've attached these. We're doing cupping outside of the shower, and Jen has applied coconut oil. But inside the shower, you could work with leftover bits of hair conditioner. A nice organic body wash is really nice, and you just coat the leg with what I call a gliding agent. Okay. So the coconut oil is wonderful, body oil, baby oil, grapeseed oil, whatever you've got. Try to make it clean and organic.
Yes.
We're opening the pores. Not even
shower.
try.
Yeah.
Make it clean and organic.
Yeah.
You're opening up the pores. You're stimulating the lymph system, and all you're doing is you're creating a gentle pull. Because you can see I'm jiggling.
Yeah, and my
There's
skin,
a pull.
my stuff, my junk is up in there.
And then you're just creating a pull, and then you're gliding at the same time. So I'm going ambidextrous here.
Now you've got these that are different in size. Some are wider, some are smaller.
Yes.
You've also got some that actually have more of like a tunnel, a higher peak on it.
So we've got this. This one would be one that it's a little bigger. So that's one that you could come in and move behind your legs. You can do this standing up. You can do this sitting down. Sometimes people, just like here, you put a towel down, and if you're an oil person, you like doing it outside of the shower, you just put a towel down and go to town on your legs, okay? What you're doing is eventually when your technique gets good, and your technique on self-cupping will be at its best probably after the second or third try. The first try is like a little awkward. You're moving the cup, you're squishing it accidentally and it's popping off, but pretty soon you'll clue in that you're just going to glide it and keep your fingers close and just gently glide. It's not
and you're
about
trying
pushing.
to exactly. And this is something we were talking about, and I find this too when I'm using other tools, is that people always want to feel like the most pain. They feel like if they don't you know, if it's not like, oh my gosh, then it's not doing the work, and that's ridiculous, and that's
Yeah.
actually going to interfere with your body healing
Yes.
from what it is that you're doing.
Yeah, and it shouldn't hurt. So this is a smaller cup, and sometimes, actually, often our clients start with the smallest cup because they're fit or they're tight, and they just need to start with baby steps.
You need to do this like to balance me
Okay,
out.
so here, and I'm just using the dome-shaped cup here.
And I'll tell you what I feel in you doing it. So this like hasn't had any stimulus. We practiced on this one, and then we just did this one. So this is like the front aspect of the IT band, the lateral aspect of the quad, a lot tighter in the sensation of doing it than on the other side. Now, within about 60 seconds, this is not going to feel like this because
No.
we're warming.
And
And that's
some-
the thing, the warmth coming off this thigh right now
Yes.
is amazing. Like
The
that
warmth
circulation.
is circulation. We have brought blood to the surface, which is amazing. We have separated the fascia and let it breathe. So right in here, a lot of people get tight on the eye. Right in here.
Yeah. If I run
It's
too
zippy.
long, this is where it aggravates me.
Yeah, and this is where you could just put the cup, give it a little tug, and when you tug on it, imagine that you're creating an opening so blood and energy
Can flow.
excuse me, that blood and energy can move through.
So let me ask you a question. I am an entrepreneur. I sit and work at the computer a lot. I'm in the privacy of my own home. I'm wearing my shorts, whatever. I know that these are some of my areas where I hold on to tension. I don't even have to do the glide. You're saying like if I've got some kind of gritty areas, I
Yeah.
can just pop and create that stagnant.
Absolutely.
How long would I want to leave that on for?
You would leave it on for 5-10 minutes. You
Okay.
might bruise, but if it's stagnant, if you're not wearing a short dress, you'll say, I don't care about the bruising,
Right.
if you get the bruising, but really that's just a sign of stagnation. But what you can do is you can just circle it. You could put a couple of cups around, put the oil down because there are some bony protrusions here. Just give it a couple of minutes. Just let, I always, in my mind, when I do this to myself, I always think of a beaver dam. And you go and you pull 1 or 2 twigs out or 1 or 2 logs and the water can get through. To me, it's like I'm lifting and separating the fascia just enough so blood can get through, energy can get through. And it's because I feel it. I feel my tightness from my toes upward. So
Yeah.
when I can get energy to my feet and from my feet back up, I personally feel better.
Well, and we were talking the last time that we were sitting on the couch and saying how for people who cannot physically get their body weight down on the foam
Yeah.
roller, this is so much easier because I mean, I
Even
bet
put
you
your
can
leg
even have
up.
your
Yes,
leg
it could
up
be
on
that simple.
here.
If your back was sore, you wouldn't like that position.
Yeah.
If you have a shower,
I'm not gonna lie. This feels much better doing it with my leg up than leaning forward. It
Yeah.
actually, I would prefer this better. So a stool in
there
the
you
shower.
go. Stool in the shower, foot on the toilet.
On the okay.
On the edge of the toilet, foot on the edge of the tub, and you're about
You're really
to go in
flexible, foot on the
anyway.
counter?
Yes, foot over your head, foot on the windowsill, elf on a shelf. So you find your comfort, but see, this is what's so great is you can adapt the position based on your mobility, your comfort level.
Listen, I'm just going to say to all those that are watching and that are girlfriends and that when you come to workshops at my house now, guess what we're doing?
We're cupping. You start.
We're
with
going to
the
be
cup.
cupping.
We'll be cupping. Hashtag get cupped.
Yeah.
So if I think of my mom, I always go back to my mom, and I think of seniors or anyone whose mobility is compromised. You can just sit, and if you can't do it in the shower,
Yes.
for whatever reason,
Yeah.
put a towel down, get a bucket of, have a jar that's designated as your body coconut oil that fingers go in, and then
Yeah.
you don't use that one in the kitchen. Thank you. We have a designated body cupping coconut oil jar in our house.
Yeah.
Don't put that in the kitchen. Ooh.
No cooking with the
Ooh,
cupping oil.
Yes. So you just go in there, get a little paste, put it on, and start moving it around. And even on the inside of the thighs, just keep it moving up, down.
It feels, I mean, I don't, if you can tell from there, but all the little like pink, pricklies that you see coming up. And that
tingle, and some people actually feel a tingle. I personally feel a tingle. So some people see the pricklies. I feel the
it.
pricklies. That's how congested I am. A lot of people can't visualize what fascia is. And to me, the best description is a piece of chicken with the skin on. That webbing in between the piece of meat and the skin, that sort of cotton candy slimy webbing, is fascia. We have fascia that runs from our head to our toes, all around our organs, and with time, it becomes congested, there are adhesions, it gets crunchy, and when that becomes tight, vessels, blood vessels, muscles, they feel tight, but that's all our fascia. It's our connective tissue that's sort of, just shrinking and compressing. If we can release that, now you have an opportunity for blood to move through, for energy to move through, and to move those lymph fluids out.
And this was the big game changer for me in my bodies. I used to have cellulite on the back of my thighs and all around, and when I started to do different forms of fascial work, without changing really anything else that I was doing, the appearance changed completely, and I don't have it anymore.
So fascia, if you're trying to think of the fascia and cellulite, whole fascia, cellulite over that thought over here. Think of a blouse, a silk blouse, and you've pulled a thread. And it's like, oh. And the way to get rid, and now the blouse is puckered. The way to smooth that, get the pucker out, is to smooth the thread out. When you're cupping and you're smoothing out your fascia, you're releasing the adhesions, which in fact create the pucker. So when you have septi from fascia that are pulling down, when they get really tight, they start to pull down and you can get that severe dimpling. There's no cure for cellulite. What you're doing is you're releasing the fascia, you're loosening that thread in the blouse so that the puckers will smooth out.
And then this is helping to also create that internal opportunity for hydration.
Exactly.
Yes. And then obviously how we eat, support all of that.
Absolutely.
I wanted to show everybody so we could see, and I'll sit to turn and face that way.
And I'll show quickly here on your arms. And one thing, when you're doing the cupping in the shower, or wherever you're doing the cupping, you're going up, down, all around. There's a zigzag pattern, and you're moving the fluids and releasing the adhesions. You're going to finish with a couple of sweeps up to the groin. Because if with the lymphatic fluid, what we want to do is just do like you're going to go up, down, go to town, blah, blah, blah. And then just a couple of sweeps up to the groin so that you can move those lymphatic fluids to the major lymph nodes. So it's either the groin or the armpits. So if you are having issues with wrinkly skin, jiggly skin on your arms, you can do the same thing. You just work with the smaller cups. Different size cups for different
typing often, phone, all of that. Everyone is even lifting weights as well too, right? You feel it around the elbows.
Oh, absolutely. So even in here, just depends on where your adhesions are. You just find a cup that'll work for you. You can just loosen and move it all around. So and then when you're doing this, on the chest, you take the smaller cup here, like this one here. You just put it on and you just sweep it to the armpits. Just this alone. I feel so tight here because I have allergies and I cough a lot. So with the coughing comes this and years of it. So now it's like
this is one that Seema, one of your fantastic facialists, had done on me the last time I was there, which was only last week.
Yeah.
And doing it across the chest and then down into towards the armpits, and it just felt like this freeing coming across. So it was wonderful. I want to sit and face this way to show how you can do this in through the traps, which again, sitting and typing, and those of you who are driving, you get it. Like we all hold our stuff up here. Yeah. So showing there, and then I know you were saying the low back as well too.
So if you have someone at home that can do some cupping for you, you can do the same thing that you did to yourself on your legs. Have someone just give you a quick massage, throw some massage oil on, a massage type oil, and then just have them move across your shoulders, up and down your back. I promise you, it feels fantastic, and you're going to feel really bad because they're going to beg you to keep going. So this is something you can get someone to do for you. That's nice. What if you have nobody to do it for you? So what we have are, got my back to the audience here. We've got these little cups. They're called energy cups, and they flip inside out. And this is something you can do for yourself, and you can just take that arm, reach over, and plunk it on. Whoa, look at, right. So you can plunk it on areas where you're feeling tight. You can put it on tops of your shoulders. You won't put it on your neck, never on your neck, just at the base of the neck here. And you could work, around the shoulder blade. You could even come in and place it. If the small of your back is tender, you could. It's easy. You just turn them inside out and you can place them all on yourself. Just reach over, See, your hand reaches here, your hand could reach there. And you could put 3, 4, even 5 of these, and you could even move them up your spine. You could do this yourself. These are not gliding, these are trigger massage cups. And these even have little negative ion beads in them, which is really great. And so these are little trigger cups that you place on yourself. Great if you're working at the computer, long flights, to keep a couple of them in your bag, put them on your shoulder. They work really nice. That in conjunction with a nice little spray to sort of refresh on a long flight. They come 10 in a bag. I say they come 10 in a bag because they disappear like socks. And they disappear in my house because people steal them. And they take them places outside of my house. So now you've got 10, and you can just work them. If you've got TMJ, you can place it down your shoulder. If you've got congestion in your arms, you're lifting weights. Tennis elbow, you can just place the cups on different parts of your arms. It's limitless, it's endless.
And then, okay, so then show how you actually pop these off.
Oh, so what you do is you just break the seal. So I'm just pressing down. Some of the cups, when I'm reaching over on myself, I'll just reach in underneath. Other ones, I just push down. Jen's a little red. That redness will dissipate. And when you're starting with these, a little bit of redness / bruising is not a scary thing. It just means there's a little stagnation there. Once you work with them on a regular basis, if you're tender and sore and have tension on a regular basis, you'll start doing this on a regular basis and you won't hold this redness anymore. Right now, Jen, what you've got are the circles from the imprint of the actual cup edge, the perimeter of the cup, and you're red in the middle. I don't think you're going to bruise at all.
Yeah.
So, and you see how it just feels good.
It does. It feels great. And as soon as you apply them, you've got that drawing back. And so it changes your posture, right? So diaphragmatically, you're breathing differently. And that is something that for me, driving and sitting at the computer, I will definitely start to do more often. So we're going to link up how you can purchase these for yourself to be able to utilize. And then when you get yours, you can go back and watch this how-to video. Do you have any videos?
We do. And I even say to people, your followers, your audience, your community, you can always email me and I can answer. And I've got people that have bought cups from all over the world, and I'll say, are you up for a FaceTime? Because I can show you.
Oh, fantastic.
But if you follow our Instagram, we keep throwing up little mini tutorials on what to do. Sometimes people just want to know a little bit on the technique, or they just want to know a little bit more from a beauty perspective or a health perspective, how they can feel better. I take emails. It's pretty easy.
Fantastic.
It's like,
well, we will make sure to link up all of your contact information, as well as, like I said, how you can purchase the set for yourself. So this, I can say, is definitely one of my favorite new tools and resources to help to continue to create more simplicity and more ease in all that I do. And I hope that this helps to create the same for you. So thank you so much for joining us today.
And I'll just show you, they come in little kits, so it's pretty easy. Little bags with instructions. So quite often people don't reach out to me because it's all here.
Right.
But you can reach out to me.
Perfect. So again, more simplicity right there. Have a fantastic rest of your day, everyone, and we will see you next time for our next episode of Simplicity TV.